I'm going to make another short video here about subtraction of signed numbers. All right, and subtraction of signed numbers, it's like having that argument with your girlfriend. Once you're done with subtraction, once you're done with the argument, it really doesn't get you where you want to go. There's multiple steps to this kind of thing. All right, so I'm going to start out by giving just a few examples. And let's go back here. I'm going to put this in blue again. All right, and I'm going to go 7 minus 2, which is something we should know, right? Negative 4 minus 3. Let's do another problem. Let's go 2 minus, and let's say this is a negative 3. And then let's come back here and go negative 4 minus a negative 5. All right, so we have a couple things going on here. And what we need to really remember is our rules. Whenever we see subtraction, our rules say to add the opposite sign. Add the opposite sign. All right, so when we add the opposite sign, we're going to take this guy here, we'll write it in green, and all we're going to do is add, and this positive 2 now becomes negative. So this subtraction becomes positive, this positive 3 becomes negative. This subtraction here becomes a positive. This negative 3 now becomes a positive. This negative, or subtraction, excuse me, add the opposite sign. The opposite of a negative is a positive. All right? So that's it, right? Subtraction of signed numbers. It's like arguing with our girlfriend. Even if we're right, we ain't done yet. There's a lot of reconciliation to go. Okay? Well, look at what it does here to us. Right? Now we're adding the opposite signs. So now if you go back a lesson where we add the opposite signs, we find the difference between their absolute values and sign of the larger. We get 7 minus 2, which is 5. 7's the larger number, so that answer does come out to 5. And if you looked at that and thought that was kind of silly because everybody knows what 7 minus 2 is, well, the rules actually apply that way too. It works, and it's got to work for everything. Well, here on the second problem, we got a negative 4 plus now a negative 3. Well, so now we're adding the same sign. Well, just like the problem above, absolute values, we get to add those guys, and then we get to apply the sign. In this case, it's negative. Add the opposite sign here, and what we have a positive 2 plus a positive 3, and 2 plus 3 is 5. Apply the sign, which is positive, and in this case we don't have to. And then we have add the opposite sign, and we have a negative and a positive. So when we're adding opposite signs, we find the difference between their absolute values, which is 1. Sign of the larger is, this 5 is larger than 4, therefore it's going to be a positive. So hopefully that helps us clear up some things. And here again, might I remind you, I just put this out there because these are the rules. They also apply to decimals. Line up the decimals. And fractions. Make sure you have that common denominator.